Hi there, guys. Um, so this morning's video, um, I am, I actually, um, as I'm just sitting and thinking, I have to say I agree with the one I don't like to say his name, KS. Y'all know who that is. I have to say that I agree with him on the fact that when he spoke about um, advocating for men being with other men. And I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds weird, for a woman to say, but um, I have to say that I agree with that. And the reason that I agree with it is, you know, we're seeing more and more evidence of what seems to not be popular anymore. It used to be a thing, then it became politically incorrect. Um, and that is calling out a gay person, you know, um, some kind of way that's offensive now, you know. But I remember, I remember way back in the early 90s, you know. Now, mind you, I, I really didn't listen to that kind of rap. And plus, at that time in my life, I was really into church. I was um, a new minister. I was very, very, very into the church. I mean, I was active ministry, a young mom, still working, and all of that. And so, and I was also married, so I was just in a different space. Now, the type of music and rap that I was listening to was back like Salt and Pepper, Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, and Furious Five. When it was first coming out, fun rap. Um, I really wasn't even listening to it so much, even with like the Black Power rap, even though it's very, very positive and a good thing. I knew some of the rappers because my first husband was into that, and so that's how I got in touch with like KRS-One and um, like Queen Latifah, I think was first coming out and stuff like that. And so, um, but as time got on to, like the NWA and all of this stuff, and when rap really changed and it became about degrading women, women bitches, women are hoes, gold diggers, baby mamas, just black women ain't shit, basically, uh, uh, all the way up until today. I remember thinking back then, like, if these guys hate women like that, women ain't no good, women ain't for nothing, they don't want to do anything for a woman, they don't want, I mean, I remember saying to myself, like, if you don't like women, there's only one other option. And whether you call it a trans, and I get that trans women deserve the right to be called women and so forth. However, I'm talking about biological women, biologically born women, and I don't think that's politically incorrect, but that's who I'm talking about. And so, if you're talking about, um, I'm talking about a regular straight woman, heterosexual born woman, or genetically born female. Okay. Um, if you don't like that, it's really it's only one other option. And if you're not going to be with a woman, then you're going to be with a man, or genetically born man. And even that is your right. That is your, that's what you want to do. I mean, people are attracted to everything nowadays, it seems like. And so, but at the end of the day, I remember that's what I was thinking, you know. Um, and so that was just always my thought, just in the back of my head, in the back of my mind. And then now, as we, fast forward all these years later, we see so much gay in rap. I mean, there are rappers who are just straight wearing fingernails, wearing nail polish, wearing dresses. I mean, it's like they succeeded. Um, I also remember, and I don't want to get off topic, but I also remember back when they were promoting, same-sex couples and, legalizing the gay marriage and things like that, which once again, it's not I don't have a beef with that at all. Um, but my thing was, I remember there was like a push in the churches, and so many women at that time were um, pushing, to go, oh, my son gay, my blah, 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 blah. At this point, everybody got gay people in their family at this point, you know, and that's not even, the issue either. But with that being the case, I remember so many women were defending gays and, the right to be gay. And, they would, really be, coming down on men who, had a problem or issue with it, calling them gay and homophobic and all this kind of stuff. But, once again, I want to fast forward to now, today. So many of these men who are even down low, or especially down low, are the ones who are hating women, are the ones who are coming out with the worst bashes of women, the worst misogyny. And I say that because women didn't do that to them. Women were accepting them. Women were, but it was always the thing that they want to be you. So you can't ever really like truly, truly, truly be friends or whatever with, a gay man or whatever, or you had to be careful because they want your man, or they want your life. They want you. They want to be you. Like, they're not going to ever really be able to be your friend. Now, let me clarify. I know that some of them can, and I will say the ones who can are the ones who are absolutely open to their truth. They know exactly who they are. They embrace being gay, homosexual, whatever, and they just seem the most free to me. They are, in my opinion, some of the nicest, sweetest, most kindest people you ever want to meet. Generous, I mean, generous, just sweet, sweet people. Um, and with that said, I really truly believe it's these ones who are hiding their truth and hiding the fact that they have those feelings for however they got them, the feelings. Um, or interested in that lifestyle, or what do they used to call it, bi curious or whatever. um and so I think those are the ones who are struggling, who can't tell, who can't be in their truth or whatever. And so it goes back to what I was saying at the topic, at the opening of this video, is that I agree with him. I think we need to advocate for men being with men who want to be with men. I think we do, because I think that would free them. That would help them be more open and help them hopefully not hate women to the degree that they hate women, because they have to lie, fake, and pretend or whatever, or because they just don't like women. A lot of it really is just the fact that a woman is a woman and they're not, and that's what they want to be. And so they hate. I mean, you have that. Um, but it's like we see every day more and more of these people being exposed. That was just, this duo of this show. I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't watch it, but I see a lot of clips about it. And they found him in bed with another man, or as a matter of fact, two men. And so, you know, yeah. But maybe if he had came out in his truth of who he was and who he is and how he wants to live, he would not hate women so much. And I get that some of these men are just getting paid. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for them to be that way and say those things because they are gay, and they don't like women. They hate women, you know. And I think a lot of it would help if women would stop trying to get favors and trying to get what do you call it? Trying to get love from somebody who hates them. I mean, it just ain't gonna happen. So stop trying. You know what I'm saying? If somebody don't like you, move on, go on. I mean, there's so many men out here who do. But we need to get back. I said all of that because we need to get back to a spirit of discernment. We need to get back to um, recognizing and seeing the truth, you know, that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Stop tormenting yourself by even watching shows like that. I personally don't get it. It's like some of us are really gluttons for pain, gluttons for hurt. And I think a lot of that, especially with our Black women, people keep saying, well, why do they watch it? Why do they keep going to them shows? I really think, and also when you look at Christianity, Christianity talks about being long suffering, turning the other cheek. If you slap you on one cheek, turn the other one. Um, and it's a lot about enduring hurt, being able to endure pain and things like that. And it's like that makes you a better person, better Christian. I don't think that's the case. I think that's one of those things in Christianity that has gotten misconstrued because I don't think God meant for us to suffer and take pain and let people abuse and hurt us. I don't think that's what that means. Um, I think at the end of the day, self-preservation and us loving ourselves enough, uh, which I think that's also in the Bible too. It's just the way that it is interpreted, you know. But self-love is key because what I've come to see and find out is that the more that you love yourself, the less you're going to take abuse. And I learned that studying about narcissism. The more you love yourself and put yourself, your needs, at least on the plate. They don't even have to be first. They need to at least be on the plate. Um, that it's just certain stuff that you're just not going to take from people who hurt you, who are narcissistic, who are abusive, because you love yourself too much to even put yourself in that situation. So I have learned that that's key. Um, and so getting back to all this, quote unquote Christian long suffering, all this kind of stuff. I think Black women in the Black community grow up with so much hurt and so much abuse and so much of, don't leave him, just deal with it and things like that. And like I said, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that that is what we should be doing. Um, like I said, self love is key. And so I think when you start going into these, situations where, these women keep calling into these shows and going on these shows that are hurtful and abusive and things like that, and they just sit there and take it, and they have a good attitude, and they're not being loud and ghetto and ugly, which that's nice. But at the end of the day, you've taken that abuse and hurt for what? Really? I mean, you've taken that abuse and hurt. It haven't made you a better person. It's just given narcissistic, hateful, mean, ugly, vile, demonic people the ability to spew their hate out on you. That's what it's done, and it hasn't uplifted anyone. Makes people feel bad, you know. But I think it all stems from what we figure is the role for women. Women supposed to take all that stuff. Women supposed to take all that abuse. I mean, women in the, our grandmothers and stuff, taking being cheated on, and him with other kids and all that kind of stuff from other relationships. And, you take it and you stay there and everything. But I think when it comes to stuff like that, it was a whole different time where women were not allowed to work. Some women couldn't work. Some women didn't have the resources to work. Some of them had so many children that, I mean, who gonna take care of all them kids? You know what I'm saying? Um, my grandma had nine, and so who gonna take care of all them kids? You know what I'm saying? And so it comes from a lineage of being, taking abuse, and dealing with stuff that we don't have to anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I think some of that stuff is so far in our DNA that it's hard for us to get away from. I have a friend right now she's sick. And I think half of the sickness that she is enduring is because of the amount of stress that she has been under. Because we know stress can manifest illnesses and sicknesses. And this woman has taken so much hurt, so much pain, so much abuse, so much, all of this from a man who she wants his love. She wants his love, and the only thing, is that she don't love herself like she loves him. She don't love herself half as much as she like him for the stuff that she takes. She's strong in so many areas, but when it comes to dude, she just, I've talked to her, I've tried to uplift her. I've tried to, and she knows I'm right. She knows I'm correct. But when it comes to him, she's just like, she can't do it. She can't. I mean, she's paying all the bills. She's taking care of him. She is, well, I take that back. She's not taking care of him because dude actually has a good job. She's taking care of the house and all the bills, and all of this kind of stuff. And he pretty much just keeps his money and spends it on himself, other people, and other women. And she knows this. And I think this is what has made her so sick. But it's like she just, where he's concerned, she's roll over and play dead. It's like she can't get the courage to put him out, to make him leave, to any of that. I remember at one point a few years ago, he did leave. And this woman called me up, and she was crying so hard that she couldn't even hardly get the sentences and the words out. She was just, I could hear her heartbreak. And, from even back then, I made the decision that, yeah, like me, it's like I came to the realization that, yeah, this is bad. This man has done all this to her, and then he left her, and she is broken. She was broken. I mean, I honestly think if this man really truly leaves her, I don't know that she wouldn't do something to herself. That's how bad it is. And she's getting therapy. Don't tell me to tell her to get therapy, because she's getting therapy. She's been in therapy. But at the end of the day, she quote unquote loves him so much, but that's not love. Taking abuse is not love. Being long suffering while somebody, calls you names, disrespects you, dishonors you, and that's not love. It's you showing them how much hurt you can take is not love. And that's a big part of what Black women do with Black men and in relationships. They sit there and they take it. And they keep thinking if they keep taking it, eventually he's going to see how much I love him. Eventually, my tears are going to get to him and he's going to be like, man, I don't know what I've been doing. I don't know what I've been thinking. That never happens. The only way that's going to happen is if this man totally comes to himself, whereas he has a total life turnaround change either through therapy or just becomes a new creature, a whole new mindset. That's the only way, and he's completely changed and different from doing the things that he's done, and that is so rare. That's so rare. At the end of the day, most people really don't change much, you know and so that's a lie. Long suffering, false love, because that's exactly what that is. That's false, fake love. To sit and endure abuse is false love. You don't love them and they don't love you. And I know you think it is because that's what we've been taught, and that's what we feel like, because we have this deep feeling for them, this deep desire for them, this deep wanting to be with them, and wanting to help them, wanting to whatever, that's us loving them. And it's really not. It's not love. If you really look at what love is, that's not love. You're just so used to taking abuse and taking hurt, and it's familiar to you, and you keep going to it and being in it, and drawing yourself to it because it's what you know. It's a familiarity to you, being talked about, being abused. He don't even let you talk. Everything you say, he got something else for it. He's gaslighting you. He's manipulating you. Your words are not even important enough to hear. It's not love because you sit there and take that. That's you showing a pattern of behavior that you haven't learned how to get out of. Simply, that's what it is. And you need to learn how to love yourself. And it's so easy for people, people always say, "Oh, you don't love yourself." I love myself. I used to be one of those too, and I did not. Anytime you put somebody else before you, it's not loving yourself. Anytime. And once again, we can go back to the Bible and all of that. And, the Bible teaches you to, put yourself, on the platter, put yourself, put others above yourself. Now, it don't mean for you to be a doormat. It means for you to be willing to give of yourself, to give of what you have inside of you, but don't deplete yourself. If you deplete yourself, what are you going to have? Like, I mean, how can I give you all of this of me, and then where am I going to get some more from? Like, seriously, because you're not giving it. You're hurting. You're abusing. You're being abusive and horrible. Where am I going to get it if I've given you all of it? So that's not what it means. We got to stop putting ourselves on the chopping block, ladies. We got to stop that. And then all we get back is abuse and hurt. I mean, people, I'm going to tell you something, because I was like that. And half of it, I think, is probably because I'm a Pisces, and because it's just part of my nature. And the fact that I am a caregiver, period. That's who I am. It's what I love. It's what I enjoy. It's what I want to do. I love to make people happy by giving to them and caring for them and taking care of them. And I've had men in my life who exploit that. They exploited that. And like my ex, and I mean, I was just doing and living and doing what I do. But, and I don't remember what the situation was, but dude actually came to me with like the attitude of, you do it because I want you to do it, or you do it because I told you to. And when he said that that day, like for real, like that was a shock to me. And he didn't say it like that because he would have heard my mouth, but he said it in a way that let me know that that's what he thought. And when I heard that, it was like, it was a shock to me. Like, so you think me cooking and cleaning and taking care of my house and taking care of you and, being good to you and being a good, loyal, faithful woman is because you making me do it, or because I'm so grateful for you, so grateful to have you here and all that. That's why I do it. I'm trying to keep you. I can't say what I want to say right now. Like, I was flabbergasted. I'm like, I do what I do because I want to do it. And that's just it. I want a clean house. I want good food. I like trying out new recipes. I like to cook. You just get the benefit from it because I'm here with you. You know, um, I'm just a good ass woman, and you getting the benefit of it. You're not making me a good woman because you're here. I'm so grateful to have a man, or that you're here, that I'm just doing all of it. No, I would be doing it if you weren't here. I don't have a man living with me right now, and I really can't say at this point that that's what I ever want again, but we'll see. But my house gonna still be clean. It's still gonna be good food cooking. I'm still going to take care of things and take care of, I'm not doing it because I want you to stay. And we were getting toward the end of our relationship when he even said that. But it shocked me. It really shocked me, and I started, even looking back on other relationships that I've had, and I'm just like, man, these dudes think I was doing that crap because they were there, or because, I wanted to keep them. No, that's me. I don't know. Maybe there are women out there who's doing that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, any woman that's doing something that's unnatural for her for any reason, especially a man, it's not gonna last because it ain't you. It's not gonna last. That, and I'm here to tell you, and I'm sure many of you women even know at this point, that ain't how you keep no man. You can cook, you can be Martha Stewart, you can be the greatest cook. What That's not gonna keep him. You can be the most beautiful. Look at all of these beautiful women out here who are getting cheated on daily. You can be the greatest housekeeper, all of that. Keep your stuff clean. Keep you, nice, how he ain't got nothing to complain about. And, as soon as he throw the socks on the floor, you picking them up. Just, that's not going to keep him. Let me tell you what makes a man stay. What makes a man stay is his mind, is his decision, is his choice. Period. Period. You could have the fattest ass that you want to have. You could have the biggest breast you want to have. If he don't want to stay, he ain't gonna stay, and that's just it. There's nothing you can do. So once again, stop thinking that if I take abuse, or that if I stay, and if I keep doing whatever, he's going to stay. It ain't true. It ain't gonna never be true, and it ain't gonna never work. A man stays because he chooses to stay. And so, getting back to my topic, um, you know, you need to look at the fact that a lot of these men's hate, and it's so easy for them to be so nasty and ugly to women because, yeah, they have those tendencies. Like, that has really truly been in the last 3 to 4 years, maybe. That has been the biggest revelation that I have found and come to find. uh, in my life, and that is the amount of black men, because that was, you know, who I was dating, a lot of, and I'm in the black community, um, is how many are gay and down low. How many are gay and down low, you know? Um, anyway, before I get on to something else, and so like I said in the beginning, the title of this video, I agree with him. I agree with him on that. We need to advocate and make it more normal. Stop being so hateful and abusive on men who, let them be free if that is what they want to do, because it's causing abuse of women. It's causing even killing of women. I think a lot of these men who are out here killing black women, um, every 5 hours, a black woman dies, are those, are those. You know, there's a lot of, and I'm gonna cut the video off because it's getting long, but there's a lot of, uh, as a pattern that I traced my own self doing my own research. I traced the pattern and the life of the men in my family who were stand up men, who were married, who did for women, who were men, manly men. And I looked at what they do in their lives. Then I looked at the gay men in my family, and like I say, everybody got gay people in their family. It's not even like nothing, it ain't even nothing no more. But I look at the gay men in my family and the pattern of gay men in my family, and I looked at the stuff that they do, the stuff that they say, the lifestyle that they live, not the gay stuff. I'm not judging that, but I'm talking about like the stuff that they do, um, things that they say, stuff that they've done to people, and things like that. And I look at that, and it's like it's so familiar, and it's so whatever to what a lot of these men out here are doing. They're loud. They want to argue with women. They are, many of them are very, they will say like little nasty, ugly, cutting things. They're very messy, messy as shit. Um, and they just, it's like it's a certain pattern that they follow. Like a lot of them don't want to work, in my family. And I really, honestly, like I don't have no whole team of them in my family that I know of, but I'm talking about the ones that I know who are. And it's not that many, but it doesn't matter. They still do the same kind of stuff. Don't want to work. Um, you know, just very openly feminine. They have a lot of problems with other women in our family. There's a lot of like messiness and, um, just really mean things that they've done over the years to people that the other like regular men in my family don't do. Like stuff that they don't even involve themselves in because they going to work and they going to church and they raising a family and they doing, whatever they just doing, they just living. But you can see the difference. And the difference is what I see in a lot of these other men sitting up on social media, arguing with women all day, going back and forth, being emotional, you know, um, all of these things. It's like you can see it. And, the regular men in my family or straight men in my family who, are in relationships, even the ones who ain't in relationships, they still have a just a different kind of life. And as I end this video, I would like for you, in the comments, let me know, like, do you see a difference in the gay men in your family, as opposed to the straight men in your family and how they act and how they behave toward women and what they, you know, do for women and, how they talk to women. But do you see a difference? Do you see a difference? And what is that difference? I would love to hear that from you guys. This is not bashing. This is not hating. This is not, it's just being free enough to be able to see the truth. They just live a different kind of way. And it is a pattern. It is a pattern of the difference that they live, and you can see it, you know. And once again, you know, as I close, it's not a bash toward them. It's not a hate toward them. It just is what it is. Like we need to stop. And that's the other thing about them. They're so overly sensitive. Like stuff that don't even be nothing. They make it all whatever because of what they're feeling inside. They get offended very easy. Very easy. You know, and I think that's another reason why so many women protect them and like to try to protect them, like, you know, because it's about the gay stuff. It don't necessarily always be about the gay stuff. It's just the fact that that's their personality and that's how they act, and they can actually really defend themselves. But we as women, you know, we like to come to their defense, and you know, and because I've done it with, you know, the you know, gay member in my family, very protective, very overly protective, very. I used to be, you know. And so, but like I say, once you start looking at these patterns and seeing the differences, and it's also going to help you see, like it'll help you see that pattern and that difference because, you know, I think one of the problems is that so many women, you know, we've come to a point in society where we're so um, don't want to judge. I don't want to say that because that might be, but it's just you seeing and recognizing and noticing the truth of what something is. And when you do that, not judging stuff, that causes other people to be able to hide, you know, and it's not good for them either. But, you know, it's good for you to see. It's good for you to notice. It's good for you to recognize. That's not judging. What it's going to do is keep you from going after a bunch of gay men. You know what I'm saying? It's going like I remember there were these two black guys. They walked into the store. I wasn't looking at them like that because I mean I just happened to look at them. Um, but they walked in there together, and on a just any other kind of regular whatever, you would just think, oh, there's two buddies, two guys, two friends, or whatever, you know, just walking into the store. But I instantly got in my mind they gay. And when I looked at them, and one of them looked at me, the other guy was looking straight ahead. The one of them, you know, he looked at me and rolled his eyes, which up here in my state, that's what black men do. They really do because if they're not gay, they messing around with white women, you know. So and that's well and fine too. That's well and fine too. I'm just saying, you know, they're nasty, ugly, and everything like that because I don't know. I guess they still think in their mind that we're jealous because they with a white woman. Anyway, that's another topic. But I want y'all to look at the difference. Let me know if there's a difference. Let me know if you have noticed any kind of difference. Um, and let's talk about it. Let's discuss it, you know. Um, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, please, guys. I plan on doing more videos. Um, and yeah, let me know what you think. You know, let me know your experience. You know, until the next video. See you next time.